Hi YouTube, and welcome to the latest video coming to you from All Things Hitman. My name is Reaper1. In this video I wanted to discuss the potential identity of the mysterious Mr. X, also known as Mystery Man, a Caucasian man in his early 40s that carries a brown briefcase, dresses in a black suit and wears a distinctive ring on his little right finger. Although he doesn't feature in Hitman 2, or that we know of, I think he is by far the most perplexing character in the Hitman series to date, simply due to the fact that his true identity has never been revealed in the entire 19-year history of Hitman. For those who don't know, Mr. X first appeared in the second Hitman entry, Hitman 2 Silent Assassin, way back in 2002. He is shown in a cutscene at the very beginning of the game conversing with the primary antagonist of that entry, Russian mob boss Sergei Zaravotko, and brother to one of 47's five fathers. They discuss Ortmeyer's cloning program in an unknown location. Mr. X reveals he does not know where the program took place, but that he can find out. This means that he must have access to some kind of far-reaching, covert organisation such as ICA or Providence. Next they are shown at the asylum in Romania. Bodies are still strewn about the place, meaning they can't have arrived long after 47 took out Ortmeyer and the rest of his brothers. They review CCTV of 47 at work and discuss how they can go about employing 47 to work for them. Mr. X appears in a second cutscene much later in the same entry. It is revealed that Sergei has been using 47 to kill everybody that knows about his plot to steal and secure nuclear weapons, presumably to be used for extortion. Yet the information has still reached the press somehow. Sergei is exasperated and enraged at the fact that the information has still been leaked when all loose ends have been tied up. Mr. X, who also knows everything, immediately suggests that it must have been 47 that leaked the information. This puts 47 directly in Sergei's sights, and not Mr. X, strongly implying that it was Mr. X who leaked the information regarding the nuclear weapons. What would 47 have to gain from leaking the information? He never delves into politics. He is just a professional completing a job. This implication tells us that Mr. X has been playing Sergei in order to get 47 killed. So what does Mr. X have against 47? Mr. X also makes a cameo appearance in the 2012 game Hitman Sniper Assassin that released just prior to Absolution. He appears as a final challenge. He is seen sitting down with a briefcase in a darkened room. When 47 snipes the window, he jumps up, makes a brief phone call, and then leaves the room. Mr. X is not only perplexing because his identity and background remains a prolonged and complete mystery, but we have also seen very little of him. Just two brief cutscenes and a cameo in a challenge. The only piece of information that we have received about his past is when he revealed to Sergei that he once saw 47 in Rotterdam, presumably during one of his two Codename 47 assassinations there. But since it is heavily implied that Mr. X is manipulating Sergei, there is no essence of truth to this statement. There has been a strong fan theory that Mr. X is Arthur Edwards, also known as the Constant and leader of Providence, the main antagonist from Hitman 2. They are both in their 40s, have slick black hair, and wear a humble dark suit that helps them to remain incognito and blend in. I can see how fans could make this connection, and I personally agreed with its plausibility for a time, but upon further analysis, I have concluded that Mr. X is much more likely to be somebody else. I have formulated my own theory, but before I delve into it, let me just point out some inconsistencies with the Constant theory. Their timeline ages do not match. Cutscenes we see of Mr. X in Hitman 2 Silent Assassin are from 2002 or possibly earlier. Mr. X is clearly in his 40s here. At that time, Arthur Edwards would have been in his mid to late 20s. It could also not be Janus, Edwards' predecessor and mentor, as he would have been in his 60s at that time, too old to be Mr. X. The Constant also does not carry the distinctive brown briefcase, nor does he wear the unusual ring. Personally, I think it is much more likely that Mr. X is in fact Eric Sodas. This may sound completely absurd, but let me present some interesting and plausible connections between them. Eric Sodas, the secondary antagonist from Hitman 2016 and one of the two targets from the final episode of Hokkaido, loathes 47. From his inception into ICA, Sodas has made his dislike of 47 abundantly clear. This would give him strong motive to manipulate someone like Sergei Zaravotko into eliminating 47. Their timeline ages match. In 2002, Eric Sodas would have been in his 40s, the same age bracket as Mr. X. There is a physical resemblance. Eric Sodas has a long hooked nose and a protruding chin, as does Mr. X. This still from the Hitman 2016 prologue cutscene of a younger Soders when compared to an enhanced profile of Mr. X demonstrates the astounding likeness between them. Note the dark hair and receding hairline also. If Mr. X is Soders, it would explain how Mr. X knew where to look to discover where Ortmeyer's cloning program was centered. All of this is purely just a theory. I'd be interested to see if you agree with me, prefer the constant theory, or have a theory of your own. Feel free to leave your thoughts in the comments below. I guess we can keep on speculating as to who Mr. X really is until IO Interactive finally divulge the truth to us. Although, maybe they never will. Thanks very much for watching this video. Please subscribe if you enjoyed it and you're new to the channel. Until next time, Reaper One out.
Please like, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video.